Uh-oh. Hey guys, happy Sunday. So we're just gonna wait for people to get notified. And I will be setting up stuff here because we have gotten into a new hobby. You might see it in the background, but we have been into crafting lately. Crafting in a sense that, we have been making pipe cleaner flowers. Look at that. This is the blue and teal one that I made. I have been teaching myself how to make all sorts of flowers. Well, I know you're probably here for the houseplant hangout, but I also want to show you my other interests. So we have been making this, and actually we made this as well. We did like a purple version, some purple and pops of yellow. I think I need to add some filler here. We have that. And also we made this. I think, yeah, this is the newer one. This is like a pink and purple version. Cute, right? And there's one more. Okay, hold on. I need to figure out how to put this little table that we have over here. Okay. For those that are watching, let me know that the audio is okay, that you could hear me clear, loud and clear, hopefully. And this is the other version. This is also like pink and purple. But I have been playing. This one's my first lily. Hi. Yes. Okay, great. So that was the little distraction for today. How cute, right? I have been having so much fun creating these flower bouquets. I don't know what to do. I'll probably end up selling them on Facebook Marketplace or something just so I could get rid of them. Okay, so what are you guys up to today? Oh, I look so yellow. Let's see if we could counteract that yellowness. Okay, there we go. It's so much better. Actually, I have been on top of the watering, so that's good. Hello, Astro Rosie, and hello, Myroli Yub. I don't even know how to read that. So, what are you guys up to? I did just show. Well, thank you for the first thumbs uppers over there. There's a few of you watching already. That's good. Let me see. Okay, good. Okay. So, actually, what else are we gonna do today? Oh, I'm gonna show you that I made some cat costume for my cats, of course. And here, don't be shocked because there will be a trigger warning. Hold on, let me make sure. This is your favorite house plant pest. So we made some mealybug costumes for them. So you put this over their backs, and these are just made of microfiber mop pads from the dollar store. I actually made some googly eyes. I mean, I didn't make them, but I stuck some googly eyes here too, but they're not that visible. But that was fun. If you haven't seen that on Instagram, I did post the reels video and the um just the Instagram post for that. Actually, what I was thinking of doing was making some more pipe cleaner flowers because I don't think we have to do. Well, actually, we should probably show you what are my new Hoyas for the week because, of course, you guys know me. I have been hoarding Hoyas lately, and that's been the modus. So let me know where you're watching from and if that seems like a good plan, talking about the Hoyas I acquired this month. Because we're almost at a month's end, but that doesn't mean that we have stopped. So actually, I'm dealing with a lot of yellowing when it comes to leaves. The plants can definitely tell that the weather has been so much colder, so much yellowing. Actually, I have not been on top of watering. Oh, thank you. Yeah, this rug was from an Indonesian artist. The Instagram page is Bukensh Gallery. So she sent me this bespoke rug about 2 years ago now. It was patterned actually from my variegated monstera. So that is a true to life leaf. Okay, unfortunately, the anthuriums have been complaining a lot. 3 leaves out of one plant. Actually, maybe four. Yeah, we only have 3 leaves left on this one. Yep, I thought it was fine, but a lot of yellowing on the anthuriums, unfortunately. But that's not unusual for them, though. So, actually, let me show you the new Hoyas that I got. Where am I gonna put all these bouquets, though? Let's put them back here because I know I wouldn't have to access this side of the room anyways. Okay, I think I need to sell them off Facebook now because I don't have anywhere to put them. Right? They're so cute. I'm glad that I was able to use all these butterfly wraps. They're so cute. I need to take a picture of them. So if you're watching, we're just getting started. I'm just doing chores. And hopefully you guys are too. And we're just gonna have a little chit chat while we're doing houseplant chores. And maybe not just houseplants actually. Any chores in between. Okay. Let me start with this. Um okay. This one I just got yesterday from my local Facebook marketplace. This is a Thomsonii silver. It's water propagated and hopefully it stays alive. So I'm just gonna put it back and an update. Okay, actually I thought my Hoya Kodata was already happy and sprouting new leaves, but it looks like it has been dropping leaves, the new leaves at least. But that just means that this one has been thirsty for a while. So let me just put it back. The Myrillii has a new leaf here. Okay, this one's fairly new. We got this from Hoyas. This is an SP Sumatra longleaf. So I got it as a two node, two leaf cutting. I chopped it into one node each. So I just feel like it'll have better chances of growing. And I noticed that through the years, chopping them down to one node gives them a better chance really of surviving. Okay, and I just realized that this thing has been thirsty. Let me get my spray bottle. Jason is asking, am I a botanist? No, I'm just consider myself a houseplant hobbyist or enthusiast. That way, I mean, I just hoard plants, but not professionally a botanist. Hold on. Okay, do you know much about terrariums? Kind of by Astra Rosie, because I do have some terrariums. That one's dried up, but I do have a few. I have delved into some terrariums in the past. Let me show you some. Hold on. But let me water this plant before I completely forget about this. I will be showing you some of my longest living terrariums under my care, but not all of them look pristine anymore because just like how I have hundreds of plants, I have not been so on top of the care. Because typically, when I build terrariums, I just leave them to thrive after a while. And I'm not so pressured to keep them alive anymore because usually I do a close setup terrarium. So let's see, let's dig some of my older terrariums here. Okay, I have to remember to water this Nepenthes pitcher plant. What's the I guess you're trying to say what's the best way to keep them? Do you spray only with water? Yes, well, it depends on what terrarium setup you wanna go with. Typically, I prefer a closed terrarium setup wherein there's minimal water wasting and evaporation. And that means you also don't have to be on top of watering it all the time. Like I like low maintenance plants. So I'll show you a fail. Well, this is fairly new, but I haven't really paid attention to this. And it's filled with dirt right now. I have not been cleaning this up. So this is like an open setup terrarium. You just have to make sure that there is a drainage base. And what I like to do normally is I just make sure that it is moist all the time, depending also on the plants that you have growing in them. So this one, I have a pingwicula. which is a carnivorous plant that has to be moist all the time. With it are some, well, there is a Hoya Bella outer variegated. I have a Monstera adansonii here that's yellowing. I really noticed that with other Monstera varieties, they tend to really yellow during this time of the year. Under my care, at least, it's probably so evident the drop in temperature. So that's what I do. I just spray it with water every now and then that I notice it if it's dried. Because it is an open setup of a terrarium, it could evaporate eventually. So there are others that such as this, which is a closed one, which have not been maintained. I've had this here since 2020, so this is 5 years old. I have some Makodi spetola, and I have some Ficus triangularis in here. And there's so many dead leaves on top. And ideally, well, since we're talking about it, I'm going to show you how I should have maintained this setup. So you do need some important apparatus to maintain that. So you said I had an open setup, but I think I overwatered as it didn't last long. As Rosie said, nice. Well, that's also my problem with open setup. I actually tend to for either completely forget to water it, or I tend to overwater it wherein it doesn't even evaporate fast enough. So ideally, let me look for my scissors because I had pruning scissors here somewhere. I thought. Um, hmm, where were the scissors? I thought I had them in here. So I like to buy the terrarium sets off of Amazon because let's just use this one because those have the scissors with the long prongs, if that's what you could call them. So anything that you couldn't reach, ideally that's what those are made for. So let's just maintain like this one. This should have been like as soon as you get dead leaves on your terrariums, you should actually prune them. That's what I've been seeing the other terrarium enthusiasts. Honestly, like with me, after I built them, I would leave them to thrive on their own. And that's it. I don't do much to maintain them, which wherein others really prune them to size, which is what I should be doing actually to maintain the aesthetic. Like this one does not look nice in my eyes anymore because it has clearly overgrown. But the thing with the Macody's plant is it tends to bloom, and mine has been happy and blooming inside this terrarium for a while. So there's so much to clean up after a season, a growing season. So what type of plants do you guys like to keep in a terrarium? So this one doesn't have drainage at all. It just has lechuza pond on the base. And what I like to do is set my sprayer into like the strongest setting. I just like to spray the dried leaves down so they're not as visible anymore from the outside. As you could see, you could really see the dead brown leaves there. So what I'm gonna try to do is see if I could knock those down, or just, what do you call this? poke them out of the terrarium. Actually, I have one terrarium plan. I have this humidity sensitive Anthurium kutuquense, I think, that I wanted to put in a rock inside a terrarium, but I want it to be replaced. Oh, actually, I have another terrarium here where you just keep moss and succulents. Actually, yes, moss. I have one which has some wild moss that fell off I think it was a palm tree in the neighborhood where I used to work. We picked it out in one of our walks and I put it inside a terrarium, and so far it is thriving. Well, the last time I looked at it, it was thriving. Let's just fish that out. Actually, thank you for bringing up the terrarium question because those actually need some maintenance more than the Hoyas today. And also, since we're trying to recall the questions that I have been getting on my social media account, someone asked me if I could film like how I style or how I organize my plants. I think the actual wording was how I organize my plants. They seem to be struggling with how to, I guess keep their aesthetic or stick to a certain aesthetic. And I thought of just answering that. So for me, my aesthetic, if you have been following me since 2018, when I was still living in the central coast of California, the aesthetic there was very different from the aesthetic here because I tend to adjust based on where I live. So back then, the walls of our rental were like shingles and wood. So the vibe I was going for there was like cozy cottage thingy before cottage core was a thing. And then when we moved here in the Bay Area, of course, our walls were white, more modern, contemporary, and that's why we also switched to just white pots so it's minimalist. Also looks clean to the eyes, but not necessarily less in volume. I mean, if I post a before and after on this wall, there's definitely like there's triple the number of plants now compared to how much plants I had before this shelving system. This shelving system is from Modern Shelving. Um, I have a discount code. It is such an investment, but probably the best decision that I made design wise, and it really helps with the aesthetic. Like you could, well, let's turn off the warm lights. The warm lights are my Grove lights from Saltex Solutions. But without the warm lights, it's just like clear daylight white lights from, I think these are Barina. And let me see if I could show you. Where is that moss terrarium? I don't even remember where I placed that. Should be somewhere here. But since we're doing some maintenance, I might as well show you. Oh, it's probably there. So we were able to revive our maidenhair fern. I think it is time to chop off the dirty dead leaves on this one. What type of plants do you guys grow? I mean, if you notice, I grow a little bit of everything. I even have some carnivorous plants, which I thought I was over with. years ago, but I mean, it's not too bad. I think I could just keep them inside a terrarium. But see, we were able to revive this maiden hair fern. So we're able to give it a nice haircut now that it's already slowly filling up with live leaves again. Feel free to ask me some more questions, so we'll have an interactive session today. And I would also be curious what you guys are doing right now as you're listening in. Share what your chores are for today. Just realized like I was so busy this morning. I haven't even finished my household chores yet for the weekend because I have been so busy with these fuzzy or chenille pipe cleaner bouquets that I've been trying to make for no apparent reason, really. I just wanted to, have something to do with my hands. Oops. If you've ever tried to trim the dead leaves on your maiden hair fern, it's one of the most daunting tasks that I've been trying to put off. We're almost done. I hope I don't snip an actual live stem. I just did it. Uh-oh. Snipped the wrong stem. So what do you guys think? Should I just put this inside a terrarium? Well, I already did it during summer for this one, but didn't. I wasn't really good at keeping it. Ah, there's another one that I snipped. What the? I think that's it. Okay. Well, we snipped 2 or 3 live stems, but the other stems made it. It's not too bad. Okay. There we go. So now that's done. As for Rosie, if you're still here, I'm gonna show you one with a live moss. Because I found where I kept it. And actually, since we are digging up some terrarium setups, I might as well maintain this. So this one needs to be cleaned up as well. This is the anthurium I was telling you guys. It is so sensitive to dips in humidity, and so far only one leaf is gone, but we just opened it up on the right time. Because I was actually thinking of growing this on a rock, just like some of my terrarium setups. I'm planning on growing this. Hello, SHDGDNX, love from Japan. Hello, love from California here. Okay, since there's someone who's probably Japanese, I was gonna, I was saying that actually I wanted to grow this in a rock inside a terrarium, like maybe like a rock moss kokedama situation. I think that would be so cool. See, kokedamas are so Japanese. I love. That's also like very distinct Japanese aesthetic that I think is so beautiful. So we're gonna see. Can you appreciate the, what do we call that? The ridges, the texture on these anthurium leaves. I think it's time to snip the dry part here. So yeah, later on, hopefully in the next few weeks, I will have time to repot this in one of my dragonstone rocks, and I'm actually planning to put it in this terrarium. That way I could lift this and expose that rock thing situation. Um, we have some amidrium silver here that I'm surprised is still alive. Some philodendron burl marks fantasy. I think these are some mycons. So we're gonna repot this and turn this into a preferred terrarium for this anthurium kutuquense that I have, and turn it into a rock kokedama situation. For now, it has to stay alive though, so I'm gonna keep this moss base moistened because it is clearly very dry. Actually, I should just sell off my terrariums because I have no space for them and I don't have the right light anymore. I mean, they used to grow underneath grow lights, but with the number of plants that I have, I think I've definitely prioritized my Hoyas. So that's why they don't have enough light anymore. But yeah, I have to repot this. I mean, it's just a jungle of cuttings that are growing in here. They don't look nice at all. I actually bought some terrarium soil where you could mold it into rocks. So that's my next project. When when it's not growing season, you do want to prioritize on other planty projects that you could control. So we're gonna stick with our terrarium projects. Like this anthurium has to rest in this cloche situation for now, right? And it'll be a little terrarium on its own. So let's move this here. So there's more space for the leaves. There we go. And let me show you one more. This I'm really proud of because this is a rare fern that I'm so happy it's thriving in this container. This is also a closed terrarium setup. Okay, I don't have space anymore. So a Neophalcatum fern, I think. Let me show you. Oh, actually, how am I gonna make this fit because it has been growing? So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna fish out the dried leaves using this thing because I already cleaned this up a few months ago. But of course, because it has grown more leaves, it is still growing more leaves. So we're gonna get rid of the dead leaves. So see, we picked out. Actually, now that I'm tackling my terrarium chores, I have not been keeping up with them. Okay, thank you everyone for liking the live, even though I haven't been promoting that, but thanks. I mean, I hope you find some peace as we just speak and do our chores here. If you're, just worried about the visuals, I'll try to do this in front of the camera so you guys could relate to whatever I'm talking about right now. So what I'm doing is I have this Neo Falcata fern, which I really, 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 really wanted before, maybe 3 years ago. And then I found this off of Etsy. And that I remember that the seller was just so nice to hold off the shipment because, of course, I found this in the middle of winter. And then I decided to plant this in this Carter and Rose planter. And then I found this egg terrarium thingy situation at the Target dollar spot section probably a year or 2 years ago now. And I thought that it does look like a Christmas light bulb now, but it looked a little bit funky, a spaceship looking thing. And I still have to clean the glass, but you can see that the ferns are looking amazing. I mean, I can't believe. So what I like to do is I just try to keep this moist every now and then. I don't remember the substrate, but I think I just have this growing in its original fern substrate with like orchid bark, I guess. And then I have some preserved moss on the side so that it doesn't look so soily looking. And I'm glad that it is thriving and it's filling up nicely. I think I would definitely have to pull the glass sometime and wipe it clean and post this on my social media. I mean, it just looks so good. Okay, let's put this here first, and I have some more, and I promise to show you my live moss terrarium. So this is the live moss terrarium that we just picked up on the side of the road. It does have a Lutetia discolor plant, and it has bloomed. So I'm just gonna cut off the bloom that's dead already. So I'm just I don't even have to snip it, it just came off. That just came off, and we're gonna pick out the dried leaf at the bottom stem of this plant. Okay, can't seem to grab it. I'm missing my other thong. The one that's still sharp enough. Sharp enough with a grasp that's finer. Let's water this. So this one, the substrate is fluval stratum. And we're just gonna seal that back up again. And I still have two more terrariums, I think. This one, I just tossed some cuttings of my Peperomia prostrata inside, and they're thriving. Also, in a little egg situation. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna spray the sides to hopefully get rid of that algae. Hey Steve, just gonna drain the excess water on this one. Okay, there. And I think I'm gonna put them back now. I do need your guys' vote because I thrifted this and it has a little entrance here, and I thought that I could actually put a, I don't know, Ficus triangularis or some other small leaf plant that I could grow inside this terrarium. It'll be effortless because there's not a lot of entrance. Well, there would be so much effort though, because as you can see, there's just some fluval stratum here, but I don't know what to plant inside. Maybe the maiden hair fern, but it's not a dwarf plant, so I'm sure it'll outgrow it, but that's what I was thinking of. Maybe I should, what's bio? Just something nice says, hi, hello, welcome. We're actually 15 minutes down. I promised to just do an hour live, and time flies real fast. I didn't even realize. So I have my variegated spiral ginger here. that has been yellowing like crazy. It was doing well for a while until started to just yellow and say it doesn't like winter at all. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna make sure that we get rid of the dead leaves so that it doesn't look too neglected. And I think, see, it's super dry. Oh, shrimp plants, like a little biosphere. That's a good idea. I don't have shrimp plants though, but I think I could always harvest some Ficus triangularis or Ficus quercifolia, the mini oak leaves. The spiral ginger is really a thirsty one. The moment you forget to water it, it's gonna throw a fit. But it has been a rewarding plant though. Kitty, kitty hair everywhere. There's just, yeah, basically cat hair, pet hair is part of my life at this point. I wonder if, well, because I'm starting a new job tomorrow, I wonder if the new people that I would work with have pets as well, because it wasn't an issue in my old job when I'm filled with so much animal hair, my cat hair. So hopefully it's not an issue as well, and they would just know that that's my reality. But um, I always keep a what do you call that, lint remover in the car, anyways. Okay, we are gonna put that back. We're also gonna put this back. By the way, this one's also thrifted, so it's like very Ming Dynasty pattern. And we're gonna put this back. I think I'll just do this. That way it'll close the terrarium setup. But hopefully it won't deprive the carnivorous plant. Ooh, I have to water this. Because this Adansonia would throw a fit. Okay, we have about 10 minutes before we end our live. Any more questions? Oh, let me just finish the thought about, how you find your new or your own aesthetic. So for me, I make a conscious effort that any planter that I try to bring in belongs to like a very clean color palette. So most of them are just white pots that I thrifted. Every now and then I would splurge on a white pot that I really, really like, but most of them are thrifted. Um, I would deviate a little bit. If I wanted some color, there would be some like light green, mint green, and then there would be some beiges and nudes and light brown. But that's about it. I mean, If I find like a nice blue pot, I would probably take it outside and display it there. Or if you really can't help yourself but to fall in love with a lot of variety of colors, then just make sure that you group the colors, let's say in one shelf. Like if I decide to put blue pots here, then I'll do them all blue pots. Because here behind, I mean, on this side of the camera, that's where I put all my mint green pots. Let's see if I could show you guys. Because that way it doesn't look so cluttered. Like, see here, I'm not sure if you can see, like all the mint pots are there. And if there's some funky, playful pots, I would put them inside the greenhouse cabinet. Oh, yeah, yeah, Steve, that is what I was showing on the first few minutes of our live. And probably we would end this live with, you know, I have been in love. I was planning on just showing you how I make the chenille pipe cleaner flowers. But this is like the purple color palette. I've been, having so much fun making them out of pipe cleaners and then coloring them with soft pastels and just like using my hands to mold and create stuff. And also like I'm just practicing on my bouquet wrapping skills. Clearly there's a lot of room for improvement. I think I will go with the more structured bouquet next time because the whimsical one doesn't really look so nice. So this is the purple one. I made some pink and purple one as well because I feel like that color palette really speaks to me. I still have to try like an all green, maybe green and yellow with mostly green ones because I just have a lot of green thingies now. But actually, this one, the the wrapping is so much better. And then I think the third attempt. Well, this was actually the first one, but the wrap is such a hodgepodge. Like on top, it's like pink and purple, but underneath, it's just like green, sage green situation, right? So that's my recent obsession. I think I don't have any thingies, recent events. I like I will have new coworkers starting on Monday, so I don't know their birthdays or anything yet. But this was so fun. Like I think I'm just gonna post them off my Facebook marketplace. Like, thank you so much. I feel so overwhelmed. But that was it really. Oh, I got an Amazon notice that some of my wrappers got delivered. So yeah, I mean, which one do you think looks nicer, right? So I think the all pink with some purples or equally pink and purple looks good. So yes, that's what I've been up to lately. We're gonna stick with our Sunday 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Paper flowers you made was amazing too. Oh yeah, yeah, I have been playing with paper flowers as well. Those were more gigantic ones. Like these ones are more detailed, I guess, because you really have to like brush every single petal. I try to brush them or color them after I assemble them, but I think I should start coloring them before I even assemble, put them together, because it looks cleaner that way. So I've been playing with like stargazer lilies, and here some peonies, which also look nice. So I think I will play with some more, but I think I have to catch up with my plant chores now. And I will see you guys next Sunday. Sama Duab says, "Hello, how are you? Greetings from Algeria. I hope you have a nice day." Hello, Sama. Unfortunately, I'm leaving, but thank you for dropping by. I hope you could stay tuned next week as well, around the same time, same channel, because what am I planning to do next week? So, next week would have been the end of October, well, the beginning of November. So, I'm gonna have to look into all the Hoyas that I acquired. Maybe I'll do a long term, I mean a long form video for that one because I have to be organized. I mean, I like to keep our YouTube live sessions just free flowing and just no structure. That way, I don't have to worry about following my program or anything. It'll just be like a show and tell and very casual as usual. Anything goes. So I would like to keep it that way. Thank you, Steve, for joining. By the way, so you know the drill. This is every Sunday, so you know. Um, Feel free to interact. And thank you for watching, everyone. I appreciate that everybody already liked the video, and I hope to see you next week as well. Take care and bye.